Hello, welcome back to Pilates. Miriam, welcome everybody. So it's been a while since we've done any, maybe. You might have done some online that you've picked up elsewhere, but I thought we might record some videos for you to enjoy at home. So let's start back with the basics. I'll just turn a little bit of music on so that we can have some background. Lying back, knees level with hips and feet level with knees. We'll just go for 30 minutes. I think that will probably be enough to start us off. Back to the basics. Breathing in through our nostrils, expanding our chest, and then exhaling through our mouth, deflating our belly balloon. 2 more rounds. Take a breath in, expand the chest, exhale, pressing the belly down. Take a breath in, and this time squeezing sit bones together as well as deflating our belly balloon, switching on our whole powerhouse from the base up. Take a breath in and relax. Leg floats now, so still as we breathe out, squeezing sit bones together, compressing our bellies, switching on our bottoms as well. The legs float up as we exhale. Lower that leg and the other side. Taking a breath in first, exhaling, squeeze everything and let the leg float up. Feel how using your powerhouse helps your leg float up each time. So it shouldn't feel like work for your hip flexors. It should feel like work for your whole powerhouse so that when you switch it on, your leg can just float up. Pay attention also, not only to your breath, exhaling as you lift, inhaling as you lower, but keeping the knee at about the same angle, so we're hinging from the hip. We're not lowering and lifting our knee, so we're not bending our knee as we come up. We're keeping the leg at the same angle. Good. Last one each side. Breathing in first, breathing out. And then other side. Exhaling as we lift. Good job. Other end now. This time as we compress our belly and deflate our belly balloon and squeeze everything from down here, our ribs are going to slide towards our hips. We call it a chest lift because we do lift our chest up off the floor, but the aim is to make our back kind of round as we do it. So you can either have your hands sliding forward on the floor towards your feet, or you can slide your hands up your thighs towards your knees, your choice. Whichever, tuck your chin and look at your knees just before you come up. So, breathing in, exhaling, switch everything on, tuck your chin, look at your knees, and roll yourself up. Inhale as you roll back down. And come again. So sliding hands on the floor looks like this. Exhaling, switching everything on, tucking your chin just enough so you can look at your knees, breathing in as you roll back down. So whichever arm position feels better for you, that's the one you go for. Inhale again, and then exhale, tuck chin, and up we go. Reaching forward towards our knees, inhaling as we come back down. Let's do 2 more. Breath in, exhale, squeeze everything from underneath, exhaling as you go. Breathing in to come back down. Last one, reaching forward and up. Tuck chin, and up we go. And lower. Nice work. Let's do our breathing exercise as well as our limbering up exercise. Bring one knee towards your chest and stretch the other leg long. Slight modification if you need is to take this long leg vertical and keep your head down. Ideally what we're working towards is having our leg at a 45-degree angle and we're lifting our chest at the same time. Breathing in as we switch legs, breathing out as we pull the knee towards our chest. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember your option. Leg just goes vertical and you can lie your head down. Breathing out here, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So this is fine. It still works your belly, as you work towards stretching your leg long and switching each time. Let's take our time. We'll just do a few here. Exhaling here. Inhaling as we change and then exhaling again. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your head if you need to. If your belly's forgotten how to support your chest to keep it lifted, so your neck muscles start to hurt, then lower your head down to the floor but keep your legs working. That's fine. So one more round. First leg in, second leg in. Good job. Double leg stretch now. Knees to chest, starting the movement. This time we're going to breathe in as we stretch both legs long at 45-degree angle or straight up towards the ceiling, and our arms come back overhead. Then we're going to circle our arms round, breathing out as we hug our knees. Ready? Breathing in, stretching long. Breathing out, lifting the chest, nose towards knees. Come again. Breathing in and breathing out. Circling round, curl up into a little ball. Breathing in. Remember to brace the belly as your legs stretch long to protect your lower back and get the workout that you want. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more. If you need to, remember, legs straight up. Slightly less effort for the belly to hold with the legs more vertical. That's great. Let's do some leg circles now. So both feet on the floor to start with. Lift the leg closest to me and take it slightly across your body toward the opposite shoulder. We're going to circle across the body first, come round and then close. Now, a micro bend in your knee is absolutely fine. If your hamstrings have tightened up in the off season, as it were, then this is fine. You're still making a circle hinging from your hip. If you can straighten your leg, so much the better. Breathing in to start the movement, breathing out as you come back over your shoulder. Trying really hard to keep your belly braced and your hips steady. We'll just do one more in this direction. And close. Good job. Switch legs. Come up. Bring it across the body. So this is now the leg furthest from me that you're moving. We're coming across and circling round and back. Inhaling to start the movement. Exhaling as we draw the leg back over our shoulder. Again, a micro bend is fine. Still using the belly muscles to press your lower back down towards the floor and to operate the leg. One more and close. Nice work. Hands behind thighs and we'll roll ourselves up to sitting up. We practice our roll-ups and roll-downs. Now it takes time to get into the movement to be able to control the movement adequately, to do it in the full-on position with your legs straight out and arms back overhead. Let's start by practicing with our half roll down, supported by our hands behind our thighs. So sitting up nice and tall. Once again, the action, just like when we were on the floor with our pelvic curls, pressing our lower back towards the floor. Rather, we're curling our back by pressing our belly and deflating our belly balloon. So hands behind thighs, sitting up tall. Deflate your belly balloon, make your back concave, so your belly is concave, your back is rounded, and sit up tall. So that's your basic movement. Curling back and lifting up. Now we're going to curl back, hold your belly so that you can control the movement as you roll back, keeping your feet on the floor, and then inhale as you sit up again. So we exhale, pull the belly in, roll ribs towards hips, and come halfway down, and then sit up again. So that if you've got your hands behind your thighs, so if you need to, breathing out and rolling back. So if you're finding that you're starting to lose it a little bit and coming back up is too much for your belly muscles, use your hands to help lift you back up again. Big inhale, and let's see how far we can roll down this time. Rolling down And if your feet start to feel like they're disconnecting off the floor, stop there and roll back up again. Let's see how we go. Keeping the knees bent, belly switched on, pulling back, curling that spine back. Roll all the way back if you can. Head can come to the floor if you need to. Take a breath in, look at your knees again, and roll yourself back up, sitting up tall. Let's try again. Breathe in, curl that spine, rolling back down. Rolling back down. Try to relax your shoulders. It's all in the belly and the back. Inhale, look at your knees. Exhale. Inhale again, coming up. Good job. So, if you like, arms can stretch forward. Pull the belly in, roll yourself back. And you might get your arms back overhead. Take a breath in, reach up towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Roll yourself back up and sit up tall. And if you're ready and your belly is serving you well today, flex your feet, press your legs all the way to the floor, arms go long, sit up tall, curl your spine and roll yourself back down. Rolling all the way down, arms come back overhead, breathe in, arms reach, keep your legs pressed low to the floor, reach up and come forward and stretch all the way forward. Let's just do one more here, if you can. Otherwise, stick with your bent knees and hands behind your thighs if you need to. Big breath in, lift up, legs press low, reaching forward, breathing out, all the way forward. Nice work. While we're sitting up, let's take our legs straight forward and our toes flexed back towards us. Again, the legs are pressed down towards the floor as if they have bands holding them flat to the floor. Sitting up tall, you can either press your hands between your knees, so your fingers are pressing down on the floor between your knees. Sit up tall. The aim here is again to curl our spine, push back as if someone is pushing against your back and you're trying to push them away. And the energy comes up from your tailbone, up, over and around, so that the feeling is of sitting up first, curling the spine over, and then relaxing back. If you wish, you can slide hands forward on your legs towards your feet. Sitting up tall, breathing in, exhaling, pull that belly in, push your back away, and then start to reach forward. Keep breathing out as you reach all the way forward as far as you can, and then sit up, breathing in. Excuse me. Let's try one more, whichever position you're in. So you might be preliminary here with your hands on the mat between your knees, simply sitting up as you breathe in and curling your spine over. Thinking of going tall and then curling, pushing on the floor to help you kind of get that sense of lift. Otherwise, let's try two more in whatever position you're at. Your hands can slide forward on your legs or you can lift your hands. Sit up tall, big inhale, squeeze the sit bones together, feel tall and straight, and then curl the spine. Push that belly back as you exhale and then reach forward, head comes down between the arms. Sitting up again, breathing in, let's do one more. Sit tall, curl, push that back away and then stretch forward. Nice work. Just a little supine twist to relax our back. Arms go wide, knees can come up, roll them towards me. So keep your shoulders flat on the floor, roll your knees towards me. Just let them ease down towards the floor. Stretch out. And then with an exhale, lift your knees up again. Inhale and let them drop over to the other side. So dropping away from me now. Breathing in, lifting up. Sorry, that should have been a breath out, shouldn't it? Inhale, so breathe out, breathe in as you lower. Doesn't really matter all that much as long as you remember to breathe in and out with the movement. Always remember, breathing out is a conscious effort sometimes when we're exercising. Your body will remember to breathe in by itself. Good. Just a little stretch to rest and warm up our side body. We're going into cross crawl now, or crisscross I should say. You can have your feet on the floor and your hands beside your temples, or even a hand behind your head to support. Ideally, we're going to lift our shoulders up off the floor and turn. Breathing in to come back to center, breathing out to go over to the side. If you can, lifting knees are together, feet are together, lifting up to tabletop position, keeping the shoulders up off the floor as much as you can. Exhale, over we go. So we're twisting up and over, breathing in back to center, breathing out, we're going the other side. It's an effort. That's good. We're trying to roll this rib towards this hip. It's not the elbow to the knee. That really just works your shoulder muscles and arm muscles. We're trying to get our abdominals working, exhaling as we twist and lift, breathing in as we come to the center, breathing out to go the other way. Feet can come down if you need to. And resting down for a moment if you wish. Try to keep moving. Let's do 2 more each side. So cross over and back. Exhale, cross the other way and back. 1 more each side. Lifting the knees if you can. Reach and over and away. Breathing out and back to center. Knees to chest. Whew, who's feeling it? That's great. Let's roll over into horse stance. That means hands and knees. Let's check where we're at. Good. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Now if you need to, your wrists can get sore when they're squashed into this 90-degree position. If you need to, come up onto your knuckles instead. If you happen to have dumbbells handy, a 2 kilo weight at least, that gives you enough height. You can grip the dumbbell instead, but usually this is good. We're not going to be here a huge amount of time. So if you can, for greater stability, hands on the floor. We're just going to do some basic stretches and pointers, starting with our cat-cow position, so that we can get a feel for what's neutral. A little brace of the belly, and just try to look straight down a little bit in front of where your fingers are, so that we're holding just in a neutral position. Now use your belly to lift. Exhale as you lift. Push your belly up, just like we did with our spine stretch, forward, lifting the back towards the ceiling, and then go the other way. Breathe in, fill your chest, and let your tailbone come up towards the ceiling this time. Your chest opens, try to widen your collarbones. Come again the other way. Exhaling as we lift, pushing the belly up, pushing the back towards the ceiling, and then inhale, open the other way. Big inhale, open the chest, push the tailbone towards the ceiling. Good job. Let's do 1 more. So exhale, lift up, and then inhale and go the other way. That's right, opening the chest, lifting the tailbone. And then try to feel how you come somewhere in the middle between those. So if you like, you can place a hand on your back. It shouldn't be pushed down and it shouldn't be lifting up either. Belly is lifted just gently to support your spine. Let's do some basic pointers, starting with the leg closest to me. Is just going to slide back on the floor and then just come up off the floor just a little bit and lower back down. We're inhaling as we slide the other leg back now. Inhaling to go back and a slight little lift, and exhale as we lower down. So each side, once again. And again, if your wrists are getting sore, come up onto your knuckles instead. Sliding the leg closest to me back as we breathe in, and breathing out to come back down. Breathing in, stretch long. Breathing out, come back down. Ideally, again, we're keeping a light belly brace and we're keeping our spine in neutral. So as we stretch our leg long, the temptation can be to try to lift it high, and that makes our back go like a sway back, pushing down. We don't want that. We're pushing our leg long. Think long rather than high. That's great. Good job. So 1 more each side. And we'll keep the music going. That's it. So hopefully you've done one more each side. Let's move the arms this time. So the arm closest to me is going to slide forward on the floor and lift slightly, reaching forward again and lower back down. Same breathing pattern. Hand goes forward and lowers down. First hand again. Breathing in as we lift and stretch. Breathing out as we lower. Other leg, other arm, reaching forward and lower. Good. One more each side. Inhaling as we lift and again stretching long rather than high. Pulling in, inhale and exhale. Good job. Let's see if we can combine the two. So the leg slides back as the opposite arm slides forward, and if you like, keep your fingers and toes touching the floor still. That's fine. Draw back in and then switch sides. So you slide your toe and fingers out along the floor and then draw them back in. If you like, stay with that, or you can try a lift. So inhale as you go forward, reach your arm forward and your foot back, and then lower down. If that feels too wobbly, keep your toes and your fingers on the floor. But if you're okay with that belly braced, reaching long, and exhale as you lower down. Two more each side. Sliding out with a little lift and stretch. Coming back in, breathing out. Inhale, other side. Reaching long and exhaling down. Good job. From here, let's come down onto our tummy and we'll exercise a little bit more strongly our back muscles. Starting with what is called the dart. So it's like your head is the pointy bit of the dart and the rest of your body is going to be like the rest of the dart pointing straight backwards. Look straight down at your mat. You can watch the first round if you like to familiarise yourself with what we're doing. And then I want you to keep your head looking straight down at the mat so that your back of your neck doesn't have any wrinkles in it. So we look straight down at our mat. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together, but first, as always, we're exhaling and switching on our belly muscles. So we're making our belly concave. You'll feel your pubic bone and hip bones press into the floor and your rib bones, but your hips do not lift. We're just exercising our bellies to support our lower spine. Palms up, backs of your hands on the floor. Feet stay on the floor for now. Looking straight down, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, slide your hands back towards your feet and slide your shoulder blades together behind, squeezing your belly, squeezing your butt cheeks together, and then relax and lower down as you breathe in. So as you breathe out again, lift, look down at your mat, squeeze the shoulder blades together, reach the hands back behind you towards your feet, and lower back down. Let's try two more. Exhaling to lift. Why do we exhale? So that we can use our belly and squeeze our glutes together more effectively. Inhale as we relax down. Last one. Exhaling, squeezing the shoulder blades, pushing back, and inhale as we come down. If you'd like a little more, as we do our chest lift, you can raise one leg or maybe even both. Let's see how we go. Breathe in, exhale, roll the shoulders back, press the hands back to the floor and lift one leg, and breathe in as we lower back down. Other side. Exhale, push the feet back, lift the feet, push the hands back, and breathe in as we lower. First leg again, or both. So option, lift the chest, exhaling, lift one leg, or maybe both. Off the floor, squeezing and kind of pushing your fingers and toes back towards the wall behind you. Breathe in, come down. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift, 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 squeeze the glutes, lift the belly, it's all working, and lower yourself back down. Great work. Hands under shoulders, just come on up and stretch back. Give yourself a little stretch. Reach your arms all the way forward and push your bottom towards your heels. Nice work. Now, lying on our side, we'll do a little bit of side lying work to work this part of our powerhouse as well. Your arm can be long on the floor and rest your head on it. That's probably the most comfortable position for most people. We'll just do a few basic things on our side. So we're going to start with Pilates clam. Main thing to remember, your knees are bent, both of them, towards me, and your hips are stacked on top of each other. Your shoulders are stacked on top of each other as well. Keeping your feet together, you're just going to lift this top knee using your glute muscles to switch on. So squeeze both your butt cheeks together, let that knee lift up and then lower. So we're breathing in to lift the knee and breathing out as we lower. Or you can try reversing the breathing, it doesn't really matter. Main thing is that you're avoiding rolling backwards as you lift your knee. That isn't any work for your powerhouse, and it's not what we're looking for. We're looking to squeeze the glutes so that our leg can lift with power without changing any of our alignment. Let's do 2 more. So breathe in or out, whichever suits you better while you're squeezing your glutes together, and down. Last one, lifting up and lowering. Using the same principle, that is, to squeeze our glutes together, exercise our powerhouse, use our belly as well. Just lift your knee, the bent knee, and we're going to do some leg circles. So you can go forwards or back, it doesn't really matter. Just do some leg circles with a bent knee. And again, what we're watching for is that our hips don't roll forwards or back. So you can place your hand on your hip if you want to keep yourself honest, or your hand stays on the floor for greater stability. So change direction, whichever one you started with, it doesn't matter. And breathe in or out, just smoothly as you circle gently round. Good job. Nice. And lower, just a few. We'll roll over onto the other side. And repeat. So arm long, head lying on arm, knees bent towards me, hips on top of each other, hand on the floor for stability. Do our clam. So squeezing sit bones together indeed, squeezing glutes. Let's float that knee up and lower. Remembering that the work is actually coming from our glutes. You may feel it in your hips, and it's nice mobility for your hips. But really, if we're squeezing properly, squeezing our sit bones and glutes together, it should be quite relatively easy to move that hip. Remembering that we're not rolling backwards at all, we're keeping our torsos completely steady and using our belly to help us do that. Breathing in or out, just whatever feels better for you. Just do a few more here. And one more, and then we'll do our leg circles on this side. So a really good squeeze of the glutes. Feel them? That's the way. Good. And now our circles. So lifting the leg, keep the knee bent for now. That's fine. We're practicing here using our belly and glute muscles to stabilize our body so that it's not moving around while our legs does its circles. Circling round, do a few more in this direction. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth smoothly. Good, and switch direction, forwards and back. Whichever direction you started with, just change the direction. Nice breaths in and out. Good. Couple more. And lower down. Nice work. Roll onto your back again. And we'll just finish with a few little stretches. Knees to chest, relax through your hips. Let everything go. Nice work. So we'll just do a few little stretches here. Take your arms wide again and let your knees fall towards me. Just relax through that side body. Take a few breaths in and let go and relax. Lifting up again and go to the other side. Just rolling over, just let them flop to the other side. Keep your shoulders level on the floor if you can. So I hope you enjoyed that little reintroduction to Pilates, and we'll hope to record a few more that you can catch up with at a later date. Knees up again and roll over to the side. Keep rolling over. Come on up. Tuck your toes up to a downward facing dog. Stretch back. Walk hands towards feet. Hands to shins and come halfway up. And then gradually roll yourself up to standing and my head will disappear. I'll see you again next time. Thanks for joining me.